Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So now Luh Santinilaya Mira will review literature review that has been made by Wisma. We have a similar topic that is about representations of gender in EFL textbook. So yeah, let's we start. The first things that I mention or notice here, I love to know that Wisma or the writer to point it out what kind of different types of analysis that can be used in the studies or analyzing a textbook. Here Wisma already mentioned course analysis that has been used by previous research. So here he also mentioned the researchers that has been used this critical discourse analysis, and then content analysis and textual analysis. It's really great. Is add more informations related to different types of analysis for uh, knowing the critical uh, ideas related to gender stereotype. So we continue to the next things that I will review here, the content. So Wismo already mentioned previous research that has been uh, done the same or similar topics. So I would like to start that about this arguments that has been uh, supported by 2011 here. The writer tried to mention Young 2011 related about gender characters in the textbooks, but here I think it's will be better if the writer compare the same aspects. If you want to compare about behavior of men, it will be better if you compare behavior of men and women as well. It is if you want to try to like mention the occupation stereotype occupation that usually addressed for female characters and also male characters, so you need to compare the same things or same aspect in the one arguments. I think it's will be better. And then the next one is about aga. You state that it's supported by aga, which state that representations of women are not meaningful in the textbook. I think it's not same support previous arguments, since before the arguments before that comes from Young, it is about behavior and stereotyped occupation. But for the next argument that is used as supporter, state that representations of women are not meaningful. I think the writer need to find out the same similar argument that can support each other. And then oh yeah, so the next sentence I also find a grammatical mistake, small grammatical mistakes here. Would you like to use present tense or past tense, wanted or once? You need to consider about this one, but it's not a big deal, but you need to pay attention to grammatical structure. So yeah, the next is about the paragraph that I love here is the writer tried to differentiate which textbook that is analyzes a primary school textbook and then the lower level. So they have a different level school textbook that has been analyzed, and it is right down in a different paragraphs. It's really great. And then yeah, here there is a one sentence: this invariability is shown by many aspects of analysis. It is not clear what kind of analysis aspects that you found in previous in the English textbook. So maybe you can mention or elaborate more that has have been supported by previous research as well. And here also I um, find out a great argument that female stereotypes were represented in frequency, selected word, attribute, address words, and also gender binaries between male and females. Really great to support the topic that we will going to do. And here the last sentence of this paragraph, I found a grammatical mistake as well. Is support, would you like to make it passive voice or you want to make it a noun? You need to be considered here. Maybe you want to make it passive voice is supported, you need ed at the end of the word, or you want to make it a verb, you need to omit the to be here. Maybe you need to consider about that. And then the next is, yeah, I love the way you mention Indonesian textbook. I mean, English textbook that has been used in Indonesia. You make it in the paragraph that's really clear. um that you specifying the textbook analysis Indonesia, and also you mention the previous research that has been done, this kind of research. But here you state that um, social cultural aspects like religion and culture also impact the portrayal of the gender in the textbook. So I just want you to explain more related to what kinds of portrayal of gender that have been influenced by social cultural aspects uh, in the Indonesia context. You also mentioned the patriarchal. Maybe you can mention more about what kind of patriarchal that appear in Indonesia textbooks. So the next part is the last paragraph, I think. Yes. Here it's just like a conclusion. I think you like make it simple the previous research and what you will do for the next for future research that you will do. So yeah, you mentioned several studies that has been done, the gender stereotype. So but I also find a grammatical mistake again, but it's not a big deal, but you need to consider, as I said before. Here you said has. I think you already mentioned two different researcher. You need to say have. Sound the EFL textbook. I think you need to put the article if you want to have a single one, and EFL textbook has. Or you want make it plural, you need to add as at the end of textbooks and change has to become have. Yeah, you need to consider about that. And you also try to make or highlight what you will do, but I think you need to more elaborate about your future study, like what exactly your focus to know about the discrimination or gender representation in the textbook. You need to elaborate, and then the novelty of your research related, compare with the previous research that you have mentioned before. Yeah, I think that you will pay attention about that one. I think that's all about my review for literature review that has been done by Wisma. Good job, for your literature review, and thank you so much.